Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And today it's the 1947 United States quarter dollar coin. We have three of them right here. No mint marks on the front of the 1947 coin. This is back in the old silver days when they're 90% silver. So you have to flip it over to see what the mint mark is. And the mint mark will be right down here. And if there is not a mint mark, that means it's Philadelphia. If there is a D mint mark, that means it's Denver. And if there is a S mint mark, that means it's San Francisco. And you notice we have three really different kinds of quality here on these coins. This coin here is a more used one, and you can see how the silver kind of wears off as it goes along. But we wanted to get a San Francisco mint quarter, but it turns out that the San Francisco mint quarters are priced much higher sometimes than the other quarters. And then this one here looks like it's a proof quarter. They didn't make these shiny proof quarters at the Denver Mint though, so we know it's not a proof quarter. And then this one here is just a really kind of sweet, has some patina on it, a little tiny bit used, but this coin here from Philadelphia is in pretty good shape too. When you start looking at these quarters and you're looking at the 1947, you start to get some really huge values. At the Philadelphia Mint in 1947, they made 22.5 million of these, so it was a real low mintage year. But they found three MS-68 $35,000 Philadelphia quarters out there, according to PCGS, the coin grading, professional coin grading service. They made 15.3 million of these coins at the Denver Mint, and there is one MS-68 or Mint State 68 at the Denver Mint, and that's worth $16,000. And finally, at the San Francisco Mint, they only made 5.5 million. This is the third lowest mintage of any of the Washington quarters ever made for general circulation. Whenever you have a real low mintage, what happens is a lot of collectors collect them. And so at the San Francisco Mint, they made 5.5 million. The collectors bought them immediately in the rolls and saved them because they knew there weren't many made. And so it turns out, though, even though the San Francisco Mint has one of the lowest mintages ever, it has some of the best looking coins ever. So they found 7 of these at a Mint State 67, and those are worth $6,500 each. So when the collectors know that there's a low mintage year, often they'll buy as many of them as they can that year and then try to sell them later. And what happens then is they don't get circulated, and there's plenty of really good condition coins out there. If we look through the other coins that were issued from 1947, we see that the penny from 1947, they have some of these that are worth $3,750. The nickels, they have a $13,000 US nickel from 1947. Well, the dime from 1947, the highest rated dime by the Professional Coin Grading Service, goes for about $10,000. They've made the quarters that we're looking at, and the next coin up after they of course made the quarters that we're looking at. After the quarters, they also made half dollars. This was the last year of the Standing Liberty half dollar, where Lady Liberty is walking with the sun rising, and she's carrying the bouquet, and she's got the flag behind her with the stars furling around her arms. In God we trust here. And there's the 1947. On these coins, the 1947 half dollars, the mint mark would be right down here if there was one. And they have found some 1947 half dollars worth $27,500. So there's been some really, really expensive coins from 1947. 1947, there was still a peace dollar, and this is one of the peace dollars. So even though they made this in 1923, they were still using it in 1947, especially in the West, especially in Nevada and Montana, where they were using these as regular currency. These are not very valuable. Well, anyways, back to these quarters. There are also a couple die varieties of the San Francisco Mint coin, and those are repunched mint marks. So let's see if we happen to have a repunched mint mark here. And if we did, we might not be able to tell, but I don't think so. Usually a repunched mint mark, you'll see a doubling of the S on there, and I'm not seeing that. But there are a couple different die varieties. We don't have one of them here, but look for those if you're looking for the 1947, especially on the San Francisco Mint coin. Look for the repunched mint mark. All right, that's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to the channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.